now a couple of days later and I'm back here just to tidy up this mess. I'm going to take all the bits I've chopped off, all that lot, and I'm just going to take it home and shred it so I can use it as mulch. And there's a load of leftover stuff from years before. I'm going to take that as well. Just spent the morning doing a litter pick as part of the Great British Spring Clean with the local community council and some friends over Frog's Orchard. So this kind of fits in with the theme. So leaving dead wood in the environment is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's very good for the environment. But what I don't want to do is get myself into trouble for fly tipping. Although the irony of that would be quite funny. If you know, you know. But I can utilise this as mulch around the trees on Frog's Orchard or elsewhere. A little bit of guerrilla gardening, because there's someone around this area guerrilla gardening trees and it's not me. What I might do is get out there and use some of this stuff to mulch around those trees. Some of them are being moved because they're in the wrong place. They're not being taken away, they're just being moved to a different place. Once that's done, I will probably use some of this to mulch around those trees. So whoever's doing that, if you're watching this, thank you. Keep doing it, but do it in the right place. The local council are actually very supportive of that. It's just there might be other plans for that part of that field. It's a new van, by the way. Do you like it? It's bigger, and when I'm sitting in traffic, there's no emissions. It's literally just sat there doing nothing. So I'm not clogging up children's lungs, which is good. And I'm not saying that electric vans or electric cars or electric anything is good for the environment. It's not. It's just not as bad for the environment as fossil fuels, because the engine's not ticking over, clogging up children's lungs when you're sat there doing nothing like a combustion engine is. Although some of them do turn off and back on again automatically. As long as you keep the tyres pumped up and you drive properly, they're a lot more efficient. You can charge them off of solar panels and wind turbines, which you can, in certain circumstances attached to your own house, so you're producing your own electricity. You don't have to be relying on fossil fuels or multi-billion-pound nuclear power stations that, of course, we can't have in our own back gardens. The cobalt in the batteries is recyclable, and we use a lot less of it in batteries, whereas the cobalt used to refine oil, which dear old Jeremy Clarkson doesn't seem to want to mention, and certainly never mentioned before electric cars existed. There's a lot more of it being used. It's still being mined by children, and once it's done, it's done. It's not recyclable, it's not recoverable, it's gone. So on one hand we have the high human rights issue of children down mines mining cobalt, which is a human rights issue, not an electric vehicles issue. If we all move to electric vehicles, there'll be a lot less of that going on, and eventually none of it, because it'll all be recyclable. And most of the battery companies are now making batteries that don't use cobalt anyway. So as a channel on here, Just Have a Think, he's well worth checking out because he does all the sciencey stuff that I don't understand completely. Or, as Alan Watts said, I understand it until you ask me, and then I don't. So definitely check out Just Have a Think. And Fully Charged with Crichton from Red Dwarf. That's also worth watching. I think this is where I'm supposed to say links in the description. So like and subscribe for more tips on better YouTube channels than this one. Look what I found. that's going to have to do for now, because I've got something else to do. Coming on with that tomorrow.